Good day. It is currently on my watch 11:21. I don't know what the time on this camera is, but I really liked having a counter in the corner there at some points yesterday. Anyway, I'm just about ready to start. I want to get right into it today. Last night I had what we found out today basically is what I had was hives. This rash is getting pretty legit, eh? Like, look at that on both legs. It is on my thighs as well, like my calves as well, but it's just a bit harder to see. It's all over my legs, both sides. My feet are all itchy. My hands are really itchy. It's going all up my arm. Like, look, it's on my back. Right there. Really fucking itchy. Ow. And it's driving me nuts. I don't know what to do about it. I've put stuff on it, but it's not getting any better. I'm tempted to go to the hospital and have like a nurse look at it or something, but I don't want to wait up there. So it's now the morning after. I've called and sorted out my Go MasterCard thing, but like, oh fuck, my rash has gotten worse. Let me stand the light so I can try and show you. Like, look at that. Goes up. You're just gonna have to believe me. And all I had to do was have a Telfast tablet, which is an antihistamine, which I actually took before I found it out. I just kind of took it because my nose was like blocked and all that shit. Then when I got to Mum's, she had some cortisone cream, which is like some sort of steroidal cream, and put that everywhere that I could see that I still had it. And within about half an hour, the itching stopped. It's all basically completely gone. Don't know what caused it. It could be an allergic reaction to something, or but a lot of things can cause it, like cold weather, hot weather, stress, like psychological stuff apparently can cause this to happen. I'm a little bit stressed at the moment, but like I don't think I was that stressed. I think it was something else, like maybe a bit like some grass or like, I don't know, anything. As I said, I basically got it or noticed it after I had a nap in that bed, so just render it literally 1 second ago. I just saw it happen then, guys. The video for yesterday is rendered. I only just finished editing it and rendering it. So that's cool. Okie doke, so basically all I've got to do now is take the file and upload it to YouTube, but to take a bit of strain off this machine, I'm gonna put it onto a thumb drive on my other laptop and then upload it. Then come back into here and start up OBS and Ableton, and we'll get into it. Whoops. Just quickly watching last night's episode so that I can learn a few things. I'm getting a couple new ideas. In this video, starting from now, in addition to the time here, I really like a spectrum analysis of the file made from Ableton. That's where my batteries are stored. And the light, of course, from yesterday. Blanket from yesterday. A notepad, which actually has a notepad written on it. That's written on there. Anyway. Okay, I just started Ableton. And you can't hear anything. Because it's on sampler. If I go to this thing, you can hear a yay! Isn't that great? Before I get anything else underway, I need to put something in my stomach, I think. I'm starving. This is a completely new set, by the way. This is not the one that I did last night. So I was thinking maybe I'll just start something fresh. We'll start a new idea. First of all, I'm going to go into OBS so that I can start recording the software. There is no disk in the drive. Please insert a disk in the drive D. How about we just go continue? Could you imagine how distracting it would be if I left it like that for the whole time? Just think about that for a second. I'm basically as on top of it as I can be with this tripod. But yeah, check out how distracting that is. My God, better stop doing that. Otherwise you won't take this very seriously, or maybe you would, I don't know. Actually, that's probably the most seamless. That's all the way down to 30th of a second. Doesn't that looks a bit better, doesn't it? I think so. I actually quite liked having a bit of space in the shot though. I'm actually going to put the push in the bottom of the screen. And then up the top, I can display like around the sides. So I just made a bit of a crippling realization. When I hit F11 to go into full screen Ableton, I also had Open Broadcast software operating, and without realizing it, F11 causes the video to stop recording. So as soon as I went into Ableton full screen mode at the start, it stopped recording. And I went through and basically filmed the creation of a really cool effect. And now I've gotten none of that footage. So, that's alright. There's a learning curve. Good to know now though that is the case, because F12, if I go back into Ableton full screen mode, press F11, it stops recording, I can actually then just hit F12 and it will start recording. So I don't have to start the video on my desktop with Open Broadcast software open. I can just start recording when I'm already in Ableton. So I learnt that as well. So that kicks ass. And I'm okay with making that mistake because I actually learnt a lot out of it, you know. I would like to maybe just go through the next effect that I'm going to make. I'll explain... actually, no. I'll just explain what I made. How about we do that? And then that will be it. Okay, here we are. I'm now going to do exactly basically what I just said. And I may have to move this camera away from me because well, damn it. Well, because okay, folks. That should be a good setup now. what's happening is I'm now going to go into Ableton. I'm going to, with Faith, now press F11. So, function 11, sorry. Which, yeah, on this laptop I've got, if I just press F11 button, it actually just dims the screen. You've got to actually hold down the function key to get F11, which is fine by me. So now that I'm in there, I should be able to just press F12, and now we have recording. So I basically just made this effect. I made a saw operator, right? A saw wave. So let's just go here, so you can see I made an operator that I liked with the saw wave. So this oscillator here. So think about the operator as 4 different layers or 4 different synthesizers, each one just creating a different oscillation. So this one sits down the bottom, and the way we've got them arranged is so that they're all sitting on top of each other. You can select different ones in terms of how they get routed, but this one's the frequency modulation one. So the one above it is also, I've changed the wave to a saw D here, which I did entirely on push actually. I'm just using the cursor on my touchpad to highlight the area so you can see in the video. But in the performance, I did it all on push. But then here we go, the fine and level I mapped, or as well as spread, I mapped to this oscillator, this macro here, which is my first macro when I come into the instrument rack on my push. And I can just, by using the dial on my push, affect each parameter that I've mapped it to. So now I'm affecting 3 different things just with one knob. And I also changed it so that when you go into map, right, you come up with this screen as well. And I minimized the maximum that it affected the spread down to 19%, so that when I turn it, it sounds like this. So. Well, okay, so that's what that knob does. And I just did that and explained it all. I've just got to redo this footage, but it's kind of cool because I can now kind of explain it a little bit more efficiently. But I did really go into it. So I'm kind of disappointed. Now for macro 2, I want to create something a bit different. Macro 2, I think I might make it, I don't know. Why didn't we make it, I was thinking about making it change the waves so that I could create kind of, because I'm used to wavetable synthesis, right? So I'm trying to kind of recreate a little bit of that aspect in Operator if I can. So I'm thinking of to make really cool instruments that sound like they could fit inside of dubstep. That's kind of like an instrument that I'm trying to make. Because you could kind of fit this in. If you also had like an LFO and like other effects we're going to make, you could just ramp up some of these effects and start playing like this really sick instrument. That's the idea. Anyway, I might go
So we might go macro 2. And we'll go map. I might go into this, map it to that, oscillator B wave. So now when I select that, it's going to change the wave of oscillator B. But wouldn't it be neat if that actually sounds really, really, really cool. But wouldn't it be neat if also on the same knob we changed the wave of oscillator A as well? Well, that doesn't sound quite anywhere near as hectic. The reason for that is actually quite simple. And I'm actually going to revert back. Okay, so yeah, the reason why that sounds so much better is oscillator A in this sense is always a saw wave, which is going to mean that it's going to sound dirty ultimately when you're playing low frequencies. And it's actually just having the frequency of oscillator B, which is the other one, morphed into the saw wave. So it kind of just changes the sound saw wave. It modulates it depending on what the frequency of the wave is. And because the wave shape of oscillator B changes, it imparts like a different kind of frequency modulation into a saw wave, but they're all saw waves. So if we go to oscillator B, just so we can see what's happening here, if I change the knob, we're getting a whole bunch of different patterns. So basically what that has allowed me to do is create basically like a wavetable button. In Serum, I'd be able to create something where I could morph in between them. So I don't know how I'm going to achieve that inside of this. That's where I started off at that one, which is around 58. The other thing too is like, because on the push it only gives me a number, I don't actually know from looking at the number what the wave is. I kind of got to look on my screen. I can see what it is. And we can also actually create our own wave, by the way. We don't have to be limited by these. We can go in with our cursor. Okay, sorry, we can't if it's mapped. Let's do that and then go to user, and then we can actually we can also kind of do something like that, which is pretty crazy too, eh? So now, because I unmapped it, macro B is not doing anything. So this will still do something. Anyway, I actually don't want to do that. I want to map this again to that. and that. Then. Yep, that's what I want. Now I'm going to go to the third macro, and I'm going to... what do I want on that? Maybe oscillator A wave shape. Let's... I can also map it by right-clicking and say map to macro 3. And then we've got one there. So now if we go back to our device, I'll try to do this again. Then okay, so that is oscillator B changing. So at the moment that should be a sine wave, I believe. Let's have a look and confirm that, because at the bottom it starts at sine and then goes through sines, then some saws, then squares, then some other like and then and if I want to go all the way up, put a pole in there, pole in there. That's cool. And I really like that, so I'm gonna save that now. Or can we just go? Oh, it saves it as. I'm just gonna delete the old one and keep the new one and rename it 3, because ultimately that's what we want to end up with, so that's fine, not a problem. Well guys, I'm having so much fun. I could actually do this for another hour, but I've got to stop it there. Thanks for watching. Catch me tomorrow where I'll be continuing some work. Subscribe if you haven't already.